The galactic cartography room hummed with the soft glow of holographic displays as Mabel Chen stood before the assembled council of the Interstellar Coalition. Her worn leather jacket, patched in 3 places from various adventures, seemed out of place among the pristine environmental suits and bioshields of the alien delegates. "You cannot be serious," chittered Ambassador Zixthor, their crystalline carapace flashing amber in distress. "Kepler 442b is classified as a Class 9 death world. The gravity alone would crush most species within hours." Mabel grinned, that particular expression that had become infamous across 17 star systems. "Ambassador, I appreciate your concern. Really, I do. But where I come from, we call that Tuesday." Theo Rodriguez, her partner and the only other human in the expedition, leaned against the wall with his arms crossed. His dark eyes sparkled with barely contained amusement. He'd seen that look on Mabel's face before, usually right before something impossible happened. "Perhaps," interjected Council Director Velmira, their 6 eyes blinking in sequence, "you do not understand the severity of Kepler 442b's environment. The atmospheric pressure is 2.3 times standard. The indigenous predators have evolved titanium-laced bone structures. The plant life secretes neurotoxins as a defense mechanism, and," added Zixthor, pulling up a holographic display of a particularly nasty-looking creature. "The apex predator of the equatorial region has never been successfully documented. Every probe we've sent has been destroyed within the first planetary rotation." Mabel studied the fragmentary images, her expression thoughtful. The creature looked like a cross between a bear, a crocodile, and someone's worst nightmare. Its hide appeared thick enough to stop plasma fire, and its claws could probably tear through a shuttle's hull. "Fascinating," she murmured, zooming in on the partial data. "Theo, you seeing this?" Theo pushed off from the wall and joined her at the display. "Yep, big, mean, and probably territorial. Standard predator behavior pattern." He glanced at the assembled council. "You folks ever hear about Earth?" A confused silence fell over the chamber. "Earth is our homeworld," Mabel explained, her voice taking on the patient tone of someone explaining something obvious. "Class 10 death world. Only planet in the known galaxy to earn that classification," Velmira's translator stuttered. That is impossible. No sapient species could evolve on a Class 10 environment. The definition itself means incompatible with complex life." "Yeah, well," Theo said with a shrug. "We've got these things called natural disasters, earthquakes that can level cities, storms that span thousands of kilometers, volcanoes that can alter global climate. And that's just the geology." Mabel picked up the thread seamlessly. "Our oceans have creatures that make your apex predator look cuddly. We've got microorganisms that can kill in hours, plants that can paralyze with a touch, and insects that hunt in swarms of millions. And we domesticated some of them," Theo added helpfully. "Just for fun." The council chamber erupted in a cacophony of distressed sounds, clicks, whistles, and harmonics that the translator struggled to parse. "Impossible." Zixthor's carapace had turned a deep purple. "You're telling us that humans evolved in an environment more hostile than Kepler 442b and you survived?" "Didn't just survive," Mabel corrected. "We thrived. We built civilizations. We created art and music. We domesticated wolves into companions and figured out how to fly before we even left our planet." She paused, her grin widening. "And then we got bored and decided to explore space." Velmira seemed to be having trouble processing this information. Their translator kept making small clicking sounds as they attempted to speak. Finally they managed, "But your biology, you're so fragile. No natural armor, no venom, no enhanced senses. That's what makes us dangerous," Theo said quietly. "We adapted. We learned. We turned our biggest weakness, being the universe's most vulnerable apex predator, into our greatest strength. We build tools. We solve problems. We never ever give up." Mabel pulled up Earth's planetary data on the holographic display. The council fell silent as the statistics scrolled past. Temperature variations of over 100 degrees, atmospheric oxygen levels that would be toxic to most species, a magnetic field that barely protected against stellar radiation, and a moon large enough to cause massive tidal forces. Kepler 442b has 2.3 times standard gravity. Mabel tapped her chest. "We train in 3G environments for fun. Your apex predator has titanium bones? We've got sharks that have existed unchanged for 400 million years because they're already perfect killing machines. Neurotoxic plants? We have a saying, the dose makes the poison. We've learned to use them as medicine. Theo stepped forward, his voice steady and confident. Here's what's going to happen. Mabel and I are going down to Kepler 442b. We're going to document your apex predator. We're going to catalog the flora and fauna, and we're going to do it with the standard equipment we use for any planetary survey. This is madness, whispered Zixthor. No, Mabel said, pulling on her survey pack. This is humanity. We're not stronger than the universe. We're not tougher. We're not faster. She locked eyes with each council member in turn. But we're more stubborn than anything you've ever encountered. We look at a death world and see a challenge. We look at impossible odds and see an opportunity. Theo joined her at the door, checking his equipment with practiced ease. You called it a death world, he said over his shoulder. We call it home. And Kepler 442b? It's just another Tuesday. As they left for the shuttle bay, Mabel's laughter echoed through the corridor. Hold my beer, folks. Time to show you how Earth's children handle a little adventure. The council sat in stunned silence long after the humans had departed. 3 days later, Mabel and Theo's report arrived. Complete documentation of Kepler 442b's ecosystem, high-resolution images of the apex predator, which Theo had nicknamed Fluffy, and a comprehensive survey of sustainable colonization sites. The final line of their report simply read, Classification recommendation. Downgrade to Class 7, comparable to Earth's Australia. Bring sunscreen.